In this lesson, we're going to use the properties of logarithms to rewrite expressions. Properties of logarithms. Let m, n, and b be positive numbers such that b does not equal 1 and p be any real number. So these are the following properties of logarithms: the product property, the quotient property, and the power property. So let's discuss them one at a time. So recall the product rule. The product rule was if you multiplied two terms and these terms had exponents, if the basis of those terms were the same, the rule was keep the base and add the exponents. Well, the product property of logarithms is very similar to this product rule. So just keep that in mind when you're solving logarithms that involves the product property. So here's the product property of logarithms. The logarithm of the product of two or more numbers is the sum of the logarithms of the numbers. For example, here we have log base b of m times n. So since they're being multiplied, we're going to use the product rule, and we're going to wind up adding the two logarithms. In other words, you're kind of splitting them up into two logarithms. So it would be log base b to the m plus log base b to the n. Okay, that is equivalent to writing it as log base b of m times n. So here we have an example here, log base 6 of 7 times 9. So we can split that up into two logarithms and say log base 6 of 7 plus log base 6 of 9. So we have a sum of the logarithms. So product property of logarithms, again, it is the product of two or more numbers, which turns out to be equivalent to the sum of the logarithms of those numbers. And there you have it, the product property of logarithms.